Hello everyone, TimeToGrind here, and today I wanted to talk about the Halo Infinite multiplayer. And the Halo Infinite multiplayer launched as a free-to-play surprise, and it has absolutely taken the gaming world by storm, and for good reason. Between Call of Duty Vanguard and Battlefield 2042's awful or mediocre launches, Halo Infinite comes right out of the gates swinging. The multiplayer is a mix of both the OG Halo arena shooter formula that made Halo amazing back in the day, and fresh and polished new tweaks, weapons, abilities, gear, and more that truly create a modern Halo experience. And the first thing I want to talk about is just the core arena shooter experience, because a lot of people either aren't super familiar with them or they only know it from Halo, but arena shooters are absolutely one of my favorite types of FPS games of all time. It pretty much just means that everyone starts a match with the exact same weapons, and a big part of the game is about map control and kind of mobility. And the reason it's all about map control is because crazy powerful weapons and abilities will spawn every so often on a timer, so if you know the maps and know where the weapons spawn, you can constantly try to make sure that you are the one getting to use the powerful weapons. So when I'm playing on a map where powerful sniper rifles spawn, you bet I'm going to try and grab them as soon as they spawn and then absolutely decimate the opponents with them. And another huge thing about the core Halo Infinite experience is the high time to kill. A lot of people complain about this, but it makes it so much fun to actually have the back and forth battles where someone doesn't die in like a millisecond. Don't get me wrong, I like super fast paced arcade shooters like Call of Duty, but being in these super intense firefights with opponents and then meleeing them to finish them off is the most satisfying feeling on the planet. And meleeing is a huge part about this game, so if you want a easy beginner's tip to do well, always shoot at the enemy a bit, and then if you're close enough, try to finish them off with a melee attack. It's the most fun thing ever, and it is kind of the optimal thing to do. And so overall, if you've played the previous games in the Halo franchise, and by that I mean the older ones, not the most recent ones like Halo 4 or Halo 5, and you enjoyed those older ones, you're going to have a blast in this game. The gameplay is so freaking solid. The game itself is the most polished AAA game I think I have played recently, and I'm very happy that the game got delayed a couple of times because it just feels so much fun to play, and that's ultimately the most important thing ever. The main things you can do in multiplayer is queue for a 4v4 quick match, which shuffles all of the base game modes, which is nice, but it also means that if you don't like a certain game mode, sucks for you. So as an example, I don't know why, but in every game I've ever played, I hate capture the flag. I don't know why, but you know, if I could just deselect that game mode and then kind of do the quick match where it, you know, shuffles all of them but that, it would be really, really nice, but you can't. Also, there's no way to just play Slayer, which is just the TDM in the game, and I personally like the objective-based game modes, but there's a lot of people that clearly just want to play Slayer or a Team SWAT mode based on how many randoms don't play the objective. All the game modes in the game, though, are unique and kind of what you would expect from Halo. You also have Big Team Battle, which can have 24 players in these gigantic, large-scale matches that have tons of vehicles, weapons, and more, and it's just such a fun, large-scale way to mess around in. It definitely gives me Battlefield vibes because of the increase in players, because normally Big Team Battle doesn't even have 24 players, so this is like a big team battle. And you also have your stereotypical ranked mode for everyone that's wanting to try hard and climb the MMR ladder and stuff like that, and that's always really important for games like this. And with the game being free to play, which frankly is absolutely amazing, I just want to say, there is a battle pass system to get the armor customization you would expect from a Halo game. And at launch, it was extremely grindy, and there were a ton of complaints about it, so they made it a bit better with some changes, but it's still on the grindy side. And I would say that having an extremely grindy battle pass is the worst thing on the planet, but 343 is doing something that I truly think needs to be the future of battle passes. The battle pass will never ever expire, and even if you don't buy it, or you bought it and don't complete it and you come back in a year, you can still complete it, or you could buy all the old battle passes you miss. So it still gives you something to constantly work towards, but you don't feel like you need to make the game yourself second job and get super stressed out because you're not going to be able to complete it in the limited time you have to complete it, which I think is absolutely huge. The only thing missing from the game right now is Forge for me, which they have confirmed that they're adding in the future, and once that does, I think this is going to be one of the best games ever. But overall, even as it stands right now, Halo Infinite is one of the best multiplayer FPS games I have played in a long time. I have been waiting for the perfect FPS game to come out to make me feel like a kid again, and it is 100% this game. I don't normally play the campaign in my FPS games, but if the campaign is as quality as the multiplayer, then I may have to check it out. And if you want to see me in action playing a ton of the multiplayer, then click the playlist at the end of the video to see some gameplay, or follow me on Twitch to watch me and potentially, join in when I'm playing live. And if you enjoyed this review, then consider leaving a like down below and subscribing to see more content like this. And if you're going to be grinding out some Halo Infinite on your own, then I wish you guys luck and see you all next time.